मैसेज फ्रॉम जावेद साहब आफ्टर रॉकेट बॉयज।
Oh wow.
और मुझे लगा कोई मजाक कर रहा है मेरे साथ, भाई ये तो सच नहीं हो सकता। I put the number on Truecaller and my hands like, I've worked with Imtiaz, so I keep in touch with him.
Yeah.
I like to network. Of course, connections are very important to be able to tell filmmakers. But yeah, not actively in the sense that I wouldn't knock on every door and speak to them. Berlin is fantastic. I mean, that level of writing is superlative. I mean, there's no question about it. You need to have that rapport with the other guy, and it's a symphony. You have to create it together.
Hi Ishwak, welcome to Screen. So firstly, I just want to start with quickly jump into the moment that I really loved you in this year, which was, I think so you might have been asked a lot about it already, but it's just a moment that I can't seem to forget in Paatal Lok 2, which is in episode 3 with you and Jaideep sitting in the car.
Fourth episode.
Fourth episode.
Yeah, man.
How was shooting like that, and what kind of conversations you had?
It was just like any other regular scene. Just like, you know, you out there doing your thing, in and out. It's like one scene after the other.
Yeah.
Of course, while reading, I knew it was special, but the way it's blown up, I had no idea. I'm pretty sure no one had the idea, that inkling that it's going to, you know, become a talking point, start conversations, go viral. Fit so well in that format, you know, 30-second reel.
Yeah.
So his rant, his kind of the kind of, you know, in the like with Paatal Lok and Hathiram and Ansari, there are certain moments that have just I choose not to think about it too much, because it's just kind of going to put you on a kind of a constant high. And it's not good to be on a constant high. You need to kind of get out of one thing and move on to the next. That's the function of an actor.
Yeah.
But something did happen, you know, that day. I'll tell you what. When I did it, it was just shooting in a very, very difficult sort of a situation. Like, it was there's this place where the Hornbill Festival happens. I think in that area. And the resting area was about a kilometer up in the hills, and freezing up there. Late in the night, wee hours. Finally, I came down to do the scene, and there's some trouble with the car, and it just happened. Now I know it's a very important scene, because you know what's going to happen next is a clincher, is the biggest moment of the show. It just happened, and just the words just rolled out. My thing with Jaideep, it was just beyond performance. It was just something very real and felt, and some trouble with the car, so we had to go again. But like, it was just like, put the cameras here, shoot him, then instantly got it, move on to the next side, covered the other angle, and I'm like looking at can we do like one more, because मैं 4 घंटे ऊपर बैठा हुआ था, मर रहा था ठंड में, और मतलब पूरा दिन वेट किया, और ये है वो है, और let's just like, no, we got it. असली यार, पर अभी तो मतलब 1-2 बार तो और करने थे, मतलब इतना वो होता है ना, you feel like you just, but it just rolled out. And I also, so you know, sometimes I just, and these guys being the best set of people I've worked with, Sudeep Sharma, Avinash Arun, Faisal. They'll always be like, "Acha, you want one more? Take one more." They're like, "You don't need it. Let's just go. We got it." And I also felt, यार हाँ यार, जरूरत नहीं है. कुछ तो बढ़िया हुआ है इसमें, कुछ तो मजेदार हुआ. ये क्या करना है इसमें? Change क्या करना है? It came out organically, because it's not like you're trying to hit certain notes which is pre-decided, which you know is going to. It's not a calculative choice. Just kind of happens organic. The more organically it happens, the more real it feels.
More of action reaction kind of.
You could say that. It is also about your internal reaction. You know, it is the things that come to you. What is your motivation for saying that? Because I mean, an action can have many reactions. You know, and sometimes an action can trigger something. And sometimes, how are you entering the scene? You know, with what is your motivation to at that point? What is your being? So all those things.
Yeah. I really love the way it's kind of edited and the way it's preceded. Of course, that moment when the car stops and Jerry says all those lines, and the way you react, you're almost silent. It's of course gold. But just before that, when you're in the car and he's driving, and you're just like kind of resting piche, and you're just telling him कि sir मैं कैसे बताता है, and something along those lines you're saying.
कई बार सोचा आपको
Yeah,
बताने के लिए उस जेड के बारे में.
yeah, and those you can almost feel that he's saying from the heart what he's saying. And as you're saying, a lot of the politics of both the characters, they come out in that moment of what they stand for or what their belief system is. And when I was talking to Sudeep and Tamal, both of them, and Tamal was saying that they were actually really kind of a bit worried about how to land that moment, because it's one of those key moments. So I want to ask you, when you go through the script, are you able to make out like this is a very big moment, and if we kind of screw this up, then we are in some sort of deep trouble?
Can't fall under those pressures. These are traps. I mean, it's pointless.
Okay.
You have to go out there with like a sort of a zest, sort of a passion, and kind of really live it. To really live it, it's just about you need to see it as a character, not as a performer. That what is at stake for me as an actor. That if I blow it, it's going to get me, flack. Otherwise, I can get applause or get like all the flowers. No, not at all. I mean, it's none of that. It can't be. And that's probably that's the first thing you need to get out of the way if you're an actor. What does I think happen is that you kind of it hits you because you know that this is I'm going to experience something, and I'm going to have to fall back on something or pull something out so personal and deep that it'll probably shake my foundations or really be rewarding. That's why I mean, any actor worth his salt does this, because you kind of looking for those magical moments. That's a big part of the craft, that it kind of takes you to places where you didn't have access to in your conscious day-to-day life. So sometimes widen your horizon, imagination, to kind of create these situations. So बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. I think that sweet spot, of course, when you read something like this, you say this is meaty, and I'm not going to prepare for this. I'm going to work on everything else. I'm going to fix, learn the lines by heart, and because the time is less and you kind of want the functional work to be done. And then, of course, you play off the cuff. Sometimes it's spontaneity. All those things come later, basis of your character development and all of that. But sometimes this is a scene I also kind of kept a little sacred, in the sense that there are not too many lines. It's not like a monologue that I have to kind of worry about. But the feeling was more important. You see, what happens is, irrespective of what number of hours you spend before getting on shoot, the final character arc is charted, the final map is charted once you actually start filming it, once you start putting stuff in the can. That's the stuff that's got recorded. So that's how you're going to now have to graph it, because those motivations need to be considered sacrosanct. And that is your character that's building. So sure, I've shot some of it before, from the previous episodes. Some of it, इसके बाद तो कुछ है ही नहीं. But वो जो build up है ना, तो वो एक dynamic बन गया. And then I'm here in that moment, and kind of with the other actor really trying to live it.
I really love the fact that, as you said, there aren't any lines, but it's just like the silences are speaking so much, and there's just so much of history between these two characters by that time. And the way it's written, and again you said the way it's performed, it really lives up to that kind of, and that's why we all love it so much. I want to ask you about how do you really go about selecting your scripts? What is there that you really look for while choosing a project?
I think the first thing, there's a certain type of writing that you kind of start responding to. It it's not specific to a genre. It's not so much about where it is set up and what the character is, which world it is. But I guess if I have to break it down now, scripting, I have kind of had access to great literature while working on stage.
Yeah.
And that has kind of helped me acquire a certain taste and understanding of what good script is. Enjoyable for an actor more than anything else.
Yeah.
Does it have an interesting character arc? Are the story beats right? Is the screenplay compelling enough? Is it progressing in a way that there are turning points at the right stage, and there's kind of it is engaging, entertaining, inspiring, all those things. And then you want to just kind of see it from a lens of an actor, that am I going to have fun doing this? Is it when I come out of it, would I have grown? Am I going to sort of test my sort of skill set? Combination of all those things there.
Yeah. Do you also look for who is helming it? Who's of course who's the writer, but also who's going to be the captain of the ship?
Always. It is a director's medium. It is a director's vision. I mean, I would believe that good writing is everything, but then every I guess it's that it's not just a writer and an actor's medium. Although that these two components are
fundamental.
I think the most important.
Yeah.
But of course, the director, his vision, and then of course, if you have all the bells and whistles, if it's shot beautifully, if it's there's nice BGM, cinematic, then of course it takes the whole thing to another level.
Yeah. I asked this because I was hearing to Ranbir Kapoor, and he was talking about how, and I think so he was echoing what Shah Rukh has said a lot previously about the fact that whenever they're choosing a project, they're always looking for the director, apart from of course the text and all, and they go on to say something like the fact that we need to be in a sort of a very tight and a close relationship with the filmmaker, because eventually they need to treat it should be a love story between the actor and the filmmaker.
Yeah, totally.
And so you also kind of agree with that sentiment.
जो शाहरुख सर ने बोल दिया तो क्या ना agree करने वाली कौन सी बात है?
Yeah, he's repeatedly said that. Yeah.
No, but I couldn't agree with this thing more, because I feel that it is that between finally it's you're the one, you and the director, you're out there doing this, shooting this, getting stuff made. You need to have that rapport with the other guy, and it's a symphony. You have to create it together.
Yeah. What was the most the kind of a reaction that you got from within the industry when people kind of acknowledged you for Ansari? Like, what's the most vivid memory you have? Like some celebrity calling you or like texting you, or some person you really look up to, they kind of praised your performance or something.
Yeah. I mean, lots of right after the season 1, because I mean, सब वेले भी तो थे ना सब
COVID.
सब अपने घर पे बंद थे, तो सबके पास टाइम था कि यार चलो क्या यार अंसारी को ही फोन करते हैं, इतना टाइम था लोगों के पास. All the gods are calling you. No, it was amazing, man. Like, I got a call from Anurag sir, Kashyap, and that was something. I mean, I still remember. I mean, I didn't have his number. True callers, Anurag Kashyap calling. It's not every day that happens.
Yeah.
So, and he said some wonderful things.
Yeah.
A lot of filmmakers wrote. I got a message from Javed साहब after Rocket Boys.
Oh wow.
और मुझे लगा कोई मजाक कर रहा है मेरे साथ. भाई ये तो सच नहीं हो सकता. I put the number on Truecaller, and my hands like, I remember while I'm trying to be, ठीक है, हो गया 2-4 साल हो गए हैं. I've experienced that Paatal Lok adulation, but to see, Javed Saab on your, and he'd sent a very sweet message.
Yeah.
It just goes on to show that the greatness that he's the great man that he is, and all our other the fathers of our modern Indian cinema, that they didn't have to, he doesn't have to, but उनको ये लगता है कि हाँ यार अगर मैं शायद ऐसे मैसेज कर दूंगा, या भट्ट साहब has appreciated me every now and then when I was on stage. He used to produce one of my plays, and later I acknowledged it, and he told me this, that because if we do this, it's some जो एक नए लड़के में या नए एक्टर में डाउट होता है कि मैं कर सकता हूँ नहीं कर सकता, one pat on the back can really give him the push, impetus to go forward decidedly with the conviction that I have it in me. You know, if this man is saying, then I'm pretty sure I have it in me. So it's their greatness that, you know, they do this. Otherwise क्या जरूरत उन्हें ये करने की?
Yeah. And what were the kind of reactions you got for season 2? The fact that you died, and were
Why
they
did you die?
yeah.
Why everyone was? Yeah, I mean, it's like people.
Yeah, they're on Twitter
because
too.
you know now it's like the new normal. Now it's done. The OTT, like that, the way OTT shows blew up. You kind of you don't get that season 1 moment, and even to a certain extent, Rocket Boys had that. Now, but after I've had multiple releases, and it's appreciation comes your way. But to actually feel people coming up to you and saying things like reaching out to you saying that it's a personal loss, felt like a personal loss, and even now it's been 6 महीने होने वाले हैं. आज भी अब, why did you die? If I post on Instagram, I get comments like, thank God you're okay. You know, why did you die? I couldn't watch after fourth episode. I took a break and then I went back and just yeah man, I mean, it goes on to show the power of cinema, good writing.
How did you respond to when it was narrated, or when you read that it's subtle here, or did Sudeep tell you before that?
No, I read it. I was pretty bummed. I was very sad that it's the end of the road for me. But I think I saw the merit in it because from the writer's point of view, if I was the writer, I wouldn't have probably changed a thing. I think it's a great choice as a writer. It's a great midpoint. You know, you need that kind of to raise the stakes. There's no other way to kind of keep the show going. So yeah.
Coming back to the question of choosing the right script and the right director, do you also consider the fact that the filmmaker, say for instance, a filmmaker approaches you and he or she hasn't had a box office success previously, but they've come with a very solid material. So does that count in the fact?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does because there have been examples in the past where filmmakers who were kind of not cutting it did something that blew up or worked. And an industry which is so, you know, uncertain, you don't know, sometimes the most formulaic stuff with the biggest of stars doesn't work. The masters of the game, you know, their plans go awry. So the only thing that you can, I guess, be sure of is what you know, you believe in, and I choose to believe that I do have an understanding of a script which is again entertaining, engaging, वो थोड़ा subjective भी है, but I know in terms of performance, you know, I have enough to dig my teeth into. So, and something which is written honestly, which is written well, authentic, realistic, not over the top, you know, doesn't have like faltu ka masala and opulence. So that kind of a thing is like I won't call it a safe zone, but I would say that it feels right to commit to something like that.
I asked this because you work with Atul Sabharwal, and I really like him as a filmmaker. He has such diverse voice, and the kind of films that he has made, each of them have a very distinct sensibility to it. But the fact that he hasn't had a major box office success for quite some time, but still you decided to go with him for Berlin, was again, it was the part and the script that...
Berlin is fantastic. I mean, it's that level of writing is superlative. I mean, there's no question about it. I wouldn't worry about any of the past records or anything. I mean, that's something that has given, you've seen the film, so you know that kind of opportunity to where, you know, on an international platform, there's like Hollywood heavyweights appreciating the script. We won you know, awards, the best screenplay at an Asian Film Festival, World Film Festival in LA. I got the best actor from, you know, where the jury is all these heavyweights. Hellboy is handing out awards. So, that kind of those films are very rare.
Yeah.
Why is it that it's getting that kind of international acclaim? That there's in all of Asia, they think that this is a great. It's the writing. It's his vision. It's how Atul he kind of. How could he just think about it? That character that he's created. For me, it was so challenging because for the first, in all these years, there's one moment where I felt like, man, this is how do I do this? Because I don't have a roadmap.
Yeah.
I've never seen this.
Yeah.
Not close to home, not internationally. I've never seen this kind of a setup, this kind of a
very original
character.
voice. Yeah.
So you need to, I guess, widen your scope of seeing things or committing to something. It's can't just be basis of whether the masses will like it or not.
Yeah.
फिर तो काम करने का बहुत ही limited वो हो जाएगा. Probably once you're at a successful taste success, like some of our superstars, they may have limited options in terms of, because there's big monies and all of that.
Yeah.
But what excites me to do the work that I do is to kind of collaborate with different filmmakers, tell different stories, learn from them, while being on their set, because they all have they've worked with some of the greatest actors. Learn from some of the best directors. So वो चीजें कहीं ना कहीं आपको विरासत में मिल रही है. You're being handed down.
Yeah. No, I really loved you in Berlin, as I was saying off camera also, and I
Thank
think
you.
so. Arguably your best performance as of up till now, and because when I saw you in Paatal Lok, I could really see that, and I was really hoping that we don't typecast. I hope we don't typecast
Thank you.
Ishwak into just like one kind of box and let him fly.
The good boy.
And let him fly into.
Oh, हमारे filmmakers, hats off to them. They have I think, a keen eye. So they also want to kind of, if this thing and thankfully they believed in me. I used to thrive on versatility when I was on stage, because one day I'd be playing an army officer, the other day I'd be playing a diabolical character, someone who's loathsome, then it would be something else, an American president or something. So I thrive on versatility, and I guess somewhere the master filmmakers or any keen filmmaker, even the greenhorns, younger filmmakers, they see that possibility of throwing me in different kind of situations.
Yeah.
So thankful to them.
Yeah. I also want to ask you about, you said in one of the interviews about Imtiaz Ali, when you were working with him on Tamasha, that he could really see through your mind. He could see through what you were thinking. Can you talk to us about that moment? What really happened there?
Some directors just understand actors, also because they understand acting.
Yeah.
They know how an actor functions. What is he cooking up? What scenarios is he building in his head? And because he's also written it, so he knows that logically these will be the scenarios, and right now he's stuck here. He's trying it like this, because he can also see it. It's also someone who's seen, a master filmmaker, so he knows what is this guy trying to do. So he kind of got exactly how I was playing it, and he said that just change your he knew what my motivation was. So he said, change your motivation from this to that.
Okay.
घूम फिर के ना ऐसे बहुत ज़्यादा choices नहीं होती, because if you really kind of see this was a short film, so it was different. It was also kind of a bit of a fun and games. It was a thematic thing.
Yeah.
So, but I think even in something which is like a full, like a long format, whether it's a film or a show, your choices, spend some time with it, try to reach the heart of it, the story, the character, your choices will keep getting limited to fewer and fewer.
Yeah.
It'll end up
It gets singular.
it distills to something
Yeah.
that you can, where you feel, wow, man. I mean, something just blows your socks off because. See, I mean, if I kind of played with that motivation, this is something exciting.
Yeah.
And this is something I didn't think of day one.
Yeah.
And it's come to me with all this work. और ऐसी नहीं कि भाई हाँ ये it can't be ludicrous. It can't be like a ridiculous option. It has to come organically from the the time that you invested in the script.
Yeah.
Then you just know that it's working, and if it's connecting with the other dots.
Yeah. Jaideep said in one of the interviews that he doesn't actively, well, I'm not sure about right now, but when he was kind of starting off his career 12, 13 years ago, he didn't used to actively reach out to filmmakers or casting directors because he just felt that wasn't the route for him. So he was kind of waiting for his turn, and he said something along those lines. I'm not exactly sure what he exactly quoted, but along these lines. So my question is that do you actively reach out to filmmakers whom you really want to work with? Like, say for instance, Imtiaz Ali, I worked with him on 2 projects. If you can,
I've worked with Imtiaz, so I keep in touch with him.
Yeah.
I like to network. Of course, connections are very important to be able to tell filmmakers. But not actively in the sense that I wouldn't knock on every door and speak to them.
Yeah.
Because I also kind of have been privy to certain conversations behind closed doors.
Yeah.
How filmmakers and producers do cast, and I know how I've been cast. I could have, the reason why Avinash and Sudeep cast me, or how I got cast in Rocket Boys.
Yeah.
It's all through, nothing speaks like work itself.
Yeah.
So, and since I've made progress through that route, I know that it's not like I'm going to hold myself. Like if I see a filmmaker that I really know, or I'd even probably reach out once in a while.
Yeah. Say for instance, Kashyap.
Because see, I mean, I'll tell you the benefit of doing that. Actively, I don't do it because I believe in this, what I mentioned, but I think it's a part of you're part of this fraternity, great fraternity. Everyone doesn't get to say that. Once people are aware of your work, it is a great opportunity to not just go and seek work, but also to have a conversation, because I'm someone who loves this line of work. I want to know more and more about filmmaking and acting and how different directors function. So sometimes it also is about going out there, seeking advice, having an interaction, coming back with certain awareness. So yeah, I mean, it's just like all these you have in any other profession. You have all these meet and greets, seminars. The whole idea of that is to network, to see what's happening in your industry, which is, I think, very important for me, at least. I believe in that.
Yeah. Will you be not? If I have to reframe my question, will we be seeing you in a kind of a very masala kind of a film? Because that's the kind of a zone that I'm really excited to see you in now. Do you think that's something that might excite you? Considering the fact that we are.
तो मैं वही करने था यार.
Yeah, ज़्यादा लोग वही करने आते हैं पहले तो.
तो मैं वही करने था.
Yeah, and it will be so cool to see.
Yeah. Good old Bollywood, man. I mean, I'm a big Hindi movie buff, and how filmmakers have kind of made Masala, reinvented, added sauce and spunk to it. It's just great. I have done some stuff. Some of it is out, some of it is still in the can. So making, looking forward to doing more of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you've seen, but like when Jewel Thief came out and Jaideep was dancing on all those songs from the film.
Yeah, I've seen
and it really went. And we were like, oh, Hathiram has that side also. And now I'm excited to see what Ansari.
What Ansari can do. No, I can shake a leg.
It'll be so nice to see you doing that. I also want to talk to you about the fact that you have also worked very briefly though, but with Kareena and Deepika.
Yeah.
How was that experience like, and how are they both kind of different but also similar in ways, if you can tell?
So Karina, I didn't have any scenes with really in Veere the Wedding.
Yeah.
Deepika, of course, my
Yeah.
scene is only with her.
Yeah.
In Tamasha. And I was very new back then, and I saw like the whole thing is that she comes back from a trip, and then
I've seen that.
the boyfriend
He to
is
badi sad hai,
yeah. So there's a certain guilt that she's carrying because there's something that's happened, falling out of love, not in love with him anymore. So she's one of my favorite actresses. She's just amazing, and what she did, how she was kind of jamming with Imtiaz was so beautiful. Like if we're shooting here, he's not standing behind the monitor; he's standing here, seeing it's a close shot.
Yeah.
So I like that whole thing. It was very intimate. The fact that it was, we shoot doing it not just working with her, but also with Imtiaz Ali.
Yeah.
And how he got us to sort of do that scene.
Yeah.
It's like, I just want you to play with your eyes,
Yeah.
communicate. And till then, that was something which was a relatively new concept to me.
Okay.
Someone who's done most of the work on stage to sort of have a set of complex emotion, communicated through your eyes is relatively, you're kind of in an unfamiliar zone.
Yeah.
But I loved it, and I kind of took that back on stage, and even while I was doing a lot of plays, I kind of always understood that there were moments where I would almost imagine a camera right here while performing on stage.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was so much fun. And I thought that you always thought that. I mean, that was, the whole thing about even being on stage is to kind of have a thought, and you get it in your eyes, and then first, it comes to your eyes, and then, of course, body, speech, all of that is later. It's these little experiences that have kind of, I guess, got me prepared for the bigger game, which was Paatal Lok or anything that I did after that. These initial interactions with some of the masters.
Yeah. You're speaking about Deepika. There's this entire thing that's going on currently about the working shift. That the thing that has happened. If it's a normal question only. There's nothing like that. It's just the fact that there's a lot of rumor, and a lot of people are speaking about the fact that within the industry there should be an 8-hour working shift. What are your thoughts on that? If you want to.
No, I mean, it needs to be regulated, but I feel that it's for the filmmakers, the cast, the crew, everyone to decide. It can't be 24 hours for sure. But yeah, I mean, 12 hours seems fine to me. I've never had problems with that. Just kind of, because we do break for lunch, we do take a snack break.
I also want to talk to you about your next film. Of course, you can't tell much, but you're working with Devashish, and how was that experience like, and how was working with Taapsee?
So that's a very special film. It's something that I had a great time doing. It's one of the best sets I've been on, and Devashish is fantastic. He's so intuitive, and that kind of it's like different from any other director that I've worked with. Because he purely, kind of because of the kind of granular understanding he has of the scene, the performance, how he shoots it, and all of that. And there'll be a time and space to talk about it. I want to kind of not spill the beans right now because it's too soon. We just finished shooting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very special film.
Yeah. And I think it's a script written by Kanika and Devashish. Yeah. And it's what I've heard is within the action. It has a lot of kind of a chase action kind of a film, if I'm not wrong.
It's got all the seasons.
Nice. What can you tell us about Mitti? And what do you think the viewer should take away from?
जाके देखो भाई, वो तो बाहर है, MX player for free. और उतना भी नहीं कर सकते तो. And I think there's something called No, it's available on Prime. It's available on MX Player. It's a great show. It's doing really well. What do you want to know about it? What is the...
What do you think people should take away from the
A takeaway? And that's the thing about good storytelling. I mean, it'll have different takeaways for different people. Some people will feel... you won't imagine, I mean, the great thing, why I think it's almost like a reassured, aside from the numbers and trending #1 and all of that, why I think it's really struck a chord big time is because I've started getting messages from a lot of people who are abroad, overseas, working there.
Okay.
Some of them have said that we booked a ticket back home after watching the show.
Wow. Yeah.
So from feeling that connection to your roots, जो एक स्वदेश वाला एक idea है, to also getting amazing reactions from farmers, agricultural entrepreneurs, new age farmers who've started tagging. There's a scene, in the show where he's kind of in the crops, getting his hands and feet dirty, and then there's a little platform that we have there on his farm. Someone today marked, and there's a scene where I'm kind of doing certain activity, and you see that platform. Someone put out a reel where he's doing exactly the same thing, and he's shown that platform. Because it's a very real thing. So it's very real. It's very relatable. People are kind of also seeing it who don't have any connection with farming. It struck a chord with that community, that huge workforce. Someone just tagged me on a story saying that I'm going to quit my job because I'm stuck in this 9 to 5 rut. Okay. Something on those lines. Yeah. But it's not like a knee-jerk reaction, but the person was clearly moved by the show that what are we doing with our lives? We kind of our responsibility is of course there, and ऐसा नहीं कह सकते कि भी हम सारे अपने काम वाम छोड़ के हम निकल जाएं और 9 to 5 it's not demonizing the job, but it's sometimes I think it also advocates a certain balance that while you're kind of away from home, sometimes all it takes is a call. If someone's trying to reach out to you, you just answer the phone, which we don't. Your parents, your grandparents want to reach out to you, talk to you, but you're not available even for a phone call. So even something as simple and basic as that, you don't necessarily have to leave your job and go back to your hometown or village or wherever you're from. It's just being connected.
Lastly, I want to ask you about, and it's a question that I've been asking a lot of actors when I'm getting a chance to meet them, is the fact that OTT, when it came back 10 years ago, and especially the fact that with you guys doing Paatal Lok, it was really the peak kind of storytelling that was happening. But subsequently, there has been a huge decline in the kind of shows we are making and in the kind of things that are getting greenlit. And that's something Sudeep has spoken at length with me about, the fact that he's kind of very frustrated with how the current scenario is. What's your take on that, considering you have had such big successes with the OTT? And do you think
it speaks about the ecosystem that you're in, that there are certain pressures that compel filmmakers, producers to make certain kind of stories that you and I in this talking don't feel moved by, or maybe enough risks aren't being taken. It's not like it's difficult. I mean, a show like Mitti got made by because there was the basic, the fundamentals were right. We got a great writer writing it, Nikhil Sachan. He's a author, Hindi bestseller, and he's forayed into screenplay last 5-10 years and 6 years, doing great work. Guys like Fresh Lime Films, young Gusto, and they've got like ideas up their sleeves. Lots of filmmakers making a difference, and I think it's for also probably a filmmaker or someone who has interactions with the studios, with the big daddies, would be able to shine light on it. Why why are enough original idea stories not being told? If that's your question, you're
Yeah.
saying that it seems
Kind
like
of
a little
reach the saturation point.
jaded and because not saturated in what sense? Like too much
Saturation as in the
content
sense-
or not
It's
enough
kind
good
of too
content?
much same kind of content. Say for instance, what Sudeep was-
Repetitive stuff.
Yeah, kind of saying.
Oh, we formulaic, just like it used to be in the movies.
Yeah, the
Which
fact
are-
that we have been making so many of cop dramas, for instance, just because it guarantees binge watching, just because as a viewer you're hooked to who is the killer or whatever, who will solve this mystery or whatever.
Khuni Kaun.
Yeah, and we have been, every leading platform has like a slate just full of like the same kind of cop dramas, police procedurals and stuff like that. And say for instance, a show like Panchayat, when it came for the first time, it was like a breath of fresh air. It was really out of the box. It was something which was kind of very unconventional at that point in time. And that's what even Sudeep was talking about, how we are no longer kind of championing those stories.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, clearly, I mean, it's not happening a lot. I would have expected
yeah, or even for that matter,
More.
a show like Rocket Boys, the fact that it gets made.
got made, and then now you have, I think, yeah, I mean, I'd be pretty excited if this, for me, half the battle is won if there's novelty of thought, which was there in Paatal Lok, Rocket Boys, even in Mitti, Berlin.
But yeah.
I would really want to dig my teeth into stuff that is new, fresh, and kind of uncharted territory. Find myself there, something that completely blows your socks off.
Yeah.
Nothing more than that I can add to it, because I'm not privy to those conversations.
Yeah. No, that's really great to hear, because as somebody who's like really grown on a very strong appetite of Hindi cinema and the kind of state we are in right now for the last few years, it really seems like we really need actors like you who are up there and who are saying openly that we need to take chances, we need to do stories which are unconventional and it was so nice to hear the way you just concluded your thoughts, and I'm so excited to see whatever you do next, and best of luck for Gandhari, for Mitti, and whatever lies ahead.
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you.
Thanks.